Hello again, this is Hoop with Carport HELL, Chapter 2, Ordering the Carport. So we finally decided after shopping around that we were going to go with Melephant carports, steel buildings, and decided to get the carport 24 foot wide, 46 foot long, and 12 foot high on the corners, which made it 14 foot in the center to accommodate the buses. So we put down, James told us we needed 15% down to get it started, and we could put it on a Visa, which we put it on my wife's Visa number, but he said nothing is going to happen, nothing will be charged until we hear from him with an email laying out exactly what we were going to get and that everything was correct. And then the thing would only be verified, nothing would happen until the factory called to verify the order, and then it would be scheduled. Fine. Well, he emailed us almost immediately that same afternoon, and it was the size of the carport, but the back gable, which we had closed off so the neighbors are kind of nosy, we had that closed off down 3 foot, 9 foot down the back gable, open on the front gable. That was not included. It said no gables. So we called him to correct that so the order would go through. Well, it was Friday and they had already gone home, but at that exact same moment, Visa texted my wife saying that there was an $800 charge on her Visa card. Now, at that point, I guess that was our clue to run away and be very afraid. Well, we went back and forth and got another email that said there were 3 panels down on the back gable, but they were in stone gray instead of beige. So I called up again and said, no, it's not correct. It has to all be beige with beige trim. Very simple. They said, no problem, we'll get that changed. So we waited, and in about a week, maybe a little bit more, we get an email from Melephant Steel Buildings from a person named Sam that said your order is not confirmed and is not going to be scheduled unless you call me as soon as possible. So right away I called Sam at Melephant Steel Buildings, and she informed me that the order was not processed and would not be processed until we verified everything was correct. So she read me off that it was 2 panels down the side, extra heavy duty, blah, 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 and no end gables. And I said, no, we've already done that change. It gets 9 foot of end gable on one side and no gable on the other side, and it's in beige. She said, no problem, we'll change that. So I told Sam, it's been over a week and I have not heard anything about building permits. And she asked if we needed one. And I said yes. We told them that right from the start our county needs building permits. As I informed her we needed one, she tells me, just go run down and pick one up. They run about $40. That should have been the second clue to run away and be afraid. She said no. I said no. James told me everything was included. It's a walk-away price. The building gets permits, and you supply the permits and certified drawings. Sam jumps in and says, you get the permits, and we do supply the certified architectural drawings for $100. How would you like to pay for that? There's clue number 3 to run away and be afraid. I said, wait a minute. I ordered a heavy-duty building certified to 130 mile an hour winds with the permits, drawings, and everything, installation included, shipping and the whole works. Sam informed me that they had come certified from the architect, and we had to pay the $100 to the architect, not to them. Now, the heavy anchors are $400, but not to worry, we could pay cash when they are the day they're installed. What? Okay, Sam, cancel this order. This is not what we agreed upon. Hold on, Sam said in a nice, sweet voice. I'll talk to James. Well, 2 minutes went by. I was on hold, and James came on and says, not to worry, everything is fine. The color is all agreed upon in the gables. The building is already made, just sitting there waiting to be installed. I just sent the drawings to you email, no extra charge. Sorry for the misunderstanding on the building permit. Could I pick one up as soon as possible, as the building is getting ready to ship right now? So I send the wife with $40 down to get the permit. She comes back in tears as the inspector charged her $70 and told her to review. He told her he had to review and would call her if and when the project is approved and we could pick up the permit. Okay, fine. So after a few days, they did call. The wife was not available, so I went down to pick up the permit. I find out that the permit is $115, and I said, wait a minute, the wife already paid $70. And they said, yes, she did. She paid $70 for the inspector to review the certified architectural drawings for approval. But the permit is another $115 on top of that. Do I still want it or not? But I didn't actually blow a gasket in front of the inspector people, the building people, as I don't think they had the sense of humor for it. But that was my fourth call to run away and be very afraid.